Right, let's go. Hi guys, welcome to today's lesson. Today we are on episode 2, I don't know, that's so hard to say, episode 2 of season 2 of Unlocking the Fretboard. Chords is this season's target, so today what we're going to do, as we get some banging from next door, thanks guys, is we are going to add an extra note onto all the chords we created last time. So last time we took a major scale and we created all the chords within that key, all of the major, minor and the one diminished chord from that key. Today we're going to add in that fourth note to each chord. And we're also going to talk a little bit more about diatonic and non-diatonic chords. Again, hopefully quite a nice quick lesson, just giving you that little bit extra bit of information as we move forward to doing more complicated theory stuff. So next thing you'll see will be me playing guitar. I'm going to go through those chords in the key of G, all of the different shapes and stuff like that, and then we'll go from there. Cool. Okay, so as I literally just said, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to take the chords that we created last time, we're going to add on extra chords, and we're going to kind of reinforce this idea of diatonic and non-diatonic chords. So, key of G again, we're going to do the same thing that we did before. I'll just go through it for the first chord, and then I'll very quickly just go through the chords. So we're going to stack thirds again. So the first chord we did last time was this G note, then we stack the third, B, which is a major third gap, so that's going to give us a major chord. Then we stack the next third. Okay, it's a D note, so now we've got our major triad, a G major triad, G, B and D. I'm going to stack another third, and there's an F sharp. And that creates a major 7, okay, and that is our first chord with 4 notes in it, okay? So we've got that G, we've got the B, we've got the D, and we've got an F sharp. And that's G major 7. So in whatever key, whatever major key you're in, the first chord is always a major 7 chord. Now, just so we get this really, really clear from the offing, what I'm saying is it's a G major 7. It's not a G major 7, it's a G major 7. So what I'm saying is, with that, is it's a G chord, which is we know is a G, B and D. Yeah, that's a G chord, with an added major 7, which is this F sharp note. Okay, so you might have heard of 7 chords. That is something different. So a G7, which you do there or here, is a different chord to a G major 7. Okay, G major 7. It's because of the 7 note that we tack on. Okay, hopefully that makes some semblance of sense. So the first chord is always a G major 7. So when we do the same thing with the second chord in the key is an A minor, or down here. Okay, so then we tack on the next note. Now the way it works, we've got A, C and E. A, C, E. And then we're going to tack on a G note. Okay? Now that is technically, when you compare it to an A note, is a flat 7. It's not a major 7, it's a flat 7. And that gives us the chord of an A minor 7. Sorry, got excited and threw in a 9. But that's an A minor 7. So the second chord's an A minor 7. And that's, again, always the 2 chord is always a minor 7. So major 7, minor 7. The third chord is the same, it's a minor 7. In this case, it's a B minor 7. The 4 chord is a major, so in this case, it's a major 7, I should say. C major 7, that's the 4 chord. Now, the 5 chord's very, very interesting, because we take the idea of this in this minor chord where we add on a flat 7 rather than a major 7, and that's how we get that minor 7 sound. Okay, but on the D chord we end up with a D7, so not a D major 7, just a D7, and what that means is we've got a flat 7 on top, which is that C note there, rather than a C sharp note as it would be if it was a major 7. The relative minor is a minor 7, E minor 7. And the 7th chord, which is an F sharp diminished, actually becomes an F sharp minor 7 flat 5. Okay, so Great chord. So you've got the root note, F sharp. Oh, I'll move my guitar a little bit, sorry, I just didn't, that's very badly set up. There's my F sharp note, there's my flat 7 note. Yeah? There's my minor note that makes it a minor. And there's my flat 5, which is that C note on the top there. And that's an F sharp minor 7 flat 5. So that's the order. It's major 7, minor 7, minor 7, major 7, 7, minor 7, minor 7 flat 5. Okay, so what we can learn from that is the way that chords are called. That's a weird way of saying it in English, but what chords are called tells us exactly what notes are going to be in that chord. So if I see a major 7, so a G major 7, I know it's a G chord with a major 7 on top. Okay, if I see A minor 7, I know it's an A minor chord with a flat 7 on top. G notes, yeah? So we get that sound. So for the same, for example, with that C chord, it's a C major 7, so I know it's a C chord, but with a B on top, which is that major 7. And then with the D chord, because it's a D7, I know it's a D, which will be there or here, the D chord, and then we're going to tack on a flat 7 on top, not a major 7, a flat 7 to give us the 7 sound. And then with this minor 7 flat 5, it's a bit different because actually we have the flat 5 already in the diminished and we're actually tacking on a flat 7 on top. Which is that note there. E note. Okay? So it's one of the most important things to get used to is when you see a chord written, it tells you exactly what's in that chord, and when you get used to it, it makes a lot of sense. And hopefully that makes us going through it effectively. Either a major 7, a minor 7, a 7, or a minor 7 flat 5. I take that 3-note chord and I'm just adding that extra note in, and I know exactly what that's going to be depending on what that chord is called. So it's always that combination, just as before: major 7, minor 7, minor 7, major 7, 7, minor 7, minor 7 flat 5. And those are the chords that are diatonic to a key. So within the key of G, those are the chords. Okay, so you can mix between the two, either the 3-note chords or the 4-note chords. They're still diatonic, they're still within the key because they're made up by the scale, and that's really what we mean when we say diatonic. Something you might also get is writing in a minor key. So for example, the relative minors we talked about is E or E minor 7. So if you write a song in that key, the chords that are diatonic are the same as we've just gone through. So what if this becomes the 1 chord, all of a sudden the 2 chord is the minor 7 flat 5, okay, and then the 3 chord is going to be and then the 4 chord, the 5 chord, the 6 chord, the 7 chord, and then back to that root chord. Okay, so it's still the same chords, but the actual order changes technically when you're writing it down. But you know, in reality, it doesn't change. So those are our 4-note chords. That is what diatonic means. It means it's created from the scale. So diatonic to the key of G or the key of E natural minor means it's been created. You can create those chords within that key. Okay, and those are the really common ones you see, the 3 or 4-note chords. Probably, I mean, obviously way more common to see the 3-note chords, but you do still see those 4-note chords. So what non-diatonic means is basically any other chord. So if I'm playing in the key of G, and I play for a G, then I play a B major, that B major is non-diatonic. That's Creep by Radiohead, by the way, just in case you recognise that. So really, really cool sound, that G to that. But the rest of the song, the C minor obviously isn't as well, but that B is major, is non-diatonic. And so basically that's all we mean by diatonic and non-diatonic. Diatonic, it's from within the key. In this case, we're dealing with G. Non-diatonic basically means any other chord. So if you change, so B minor obviously would be within the key, but B major isn't. But it means, for example, if you go to B flat, so if you go G to B flat, then that's obviously non-diatonic because that's not from within the key of G. And that's all it basically means. So I think that's pretty much all I wanted to go through. We've added in the 4-note chords, we've gone through the order. I've hopefully begun to explain how we are able to tell what a chord actually is just by the name of it. And we've also, hopefully I've explained diatonic and non-diatonic. Yeah, awesome. So that's what I wanted to get through. Next thing you'll see is me wrapping up the video, and then we're going to do some more cool stuff next time. Cool. Okay, guys, I really need a beard trim and a haircut still. As you can see, still haven't done it. Keep meaning to. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. So, as I said right at the beginning, hopefully it's not, I'm going nice and slowly so that you guys understand what's going on with the theory, and we're going to be moving to more difficult theory concepts really from next week when we start talking more about how chords interact together and things like that. So that's the plan going forwards. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. I hope you found it useful. I hope you're enjoying something that's a little bit different from my series. Not just me teaching songs and teaching solos, which is something I do still love doing, but this is obviously just a little bit different. Yeah, and as usual, I'll do my usual bit at the end where I just say, you know, thanks for watching. If you like the video, please like the video. It makes a huge difference. Please comment on the video. Again, it really, really, really helps. And also, please subscribe to the channel. Again, it really, really, really helps me. I do have a Patreon, so if you'd like to support me further, you can check that out. All of the social media stuff is linked down below. A lot of the stuff I put on my Instagram, I do a lot of different videos on there. Guitar videos on there as well. It's not just kind of pictures of my cat, although quite a lot of pictures of my cat. Anyway, yeah, so next time, as I say, we're going to be moving on to some perhaps a little bit trickier subjects with this series, but we'll deal with that next time. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.